Welcome back, everybody. I hope everyone is doing well today. Let's get started. Our first root is SPECT, or SPIC, meaning to see and to look. I'm going to go ahead and give you an example word. Actually, I'm going to give you two example words. The first one is retrospect, retrospective. Sorry about that. Retrospective, and that means a looking back at past things. I'm going to go ahead and give you another example word, and that is spectator. Spectator. And I'm going to go ahead and give you the definition, and that is person who sees an event. I'm going to go ahead and use retrospect in a sentence. Sorry about that. Always looking at the past. I'm going to go ahead and read that to you. He is a retrospective person, always looking at the past. Moving on to our next root is sphere. And sphere means ball. I'm going to go ahead and give you an example, and that is hemisphere. And hemisphere means half the earth. Half the earth. And I'm going to give you another example, which is biosphere. And biosphere means whole, round surface. Sorry about that. Surface of the earth. I'm going to go ahead and use hemisphere in a sentence. Sorry about that. I'm going to go ahead and read that to you. The United States is located in the northern hemisphere. Excuse me. I'm going to go ahead and move on to my next roots, and that is spare, or spear, meaning to breathe. I'm going to give you two examples. One of them is inspire. Sorry about that. Inspire. And that means to simulate, or animate. My second word is going to be spirit. And that means invisible life force. I'm going to go ahead and use inspire in a sentence. I'm going to go ahead and read that to you. The girl was inspired by Rosa Parks. Moving on to our next root is sta, and sta means stand. I'm going to go ahead and give you give you an example word. One of them is stable. Meaning standing steady and firm. Standing steady and firm. I'm going to go ahead and use stable in a sentence. I'm going to go ahead and read that to you guys. The captain told the SWAT team to stay stable. Moving on to our next root is stel, meaning star. I'm going to go ahead and give you an example word, and that is constellation. And constellation means a group of stars that form a pattern. I'm going to go ahead and use constellation in a sentence. I'm going to go ahead and read that to you guys. The constellations in the night sky can be observed perfectly. Moving on to our next root is struct. And struct means to build. I'm going to go ahead and give you two examples. One of them is construct. And construct means to build. I'm going to give you another example, and that is structure. And structure is something built. I'm going to go ahead and use construct in a sentence. I'm going to go ahead and read that to you guys. The architect wanted to construct a building. Moving on to our next root is sub. And sub means under, lower than. I'm going to go ahead and use this root to give you a couple of words. One of them is submarine. Submarine. And submarine means underwater boat. Underwater boat. And my second word is going to be submerge. Submerge. And that means to put in water. I'm going to go ahead and use submarine in a sentence. Sorry about that. I'm going to go ahead and read that to you. A submarine is a tube-shaped boat that travels on the water. Excuse me. Moving on to our next root, which is sum. And sum means highest. And I'm going to go ahead and give you an example word. Sorry about that. Summit. And summit means highest point or top. Highest point or top. I'm going to go ahead and use summit in a sentence. I'm going to go ahead and read that to you guys. They were happy and exhausted, but they reached the summit of Mount Everest. Moving on to our next root is super. And super means highest and quality or quantity. Highest and quality or quantity. I'm going to go ahead and give you an example, and that is superior. and that means above average, or it means better in quality. Better and quality. I'm going to go ahead and use superior in a sentence. I'm going to go ahead and read that to you guys. The student was superior, so they made him skip the 4th grade. Moving on to my last root. And this is the last root of the letter S, is sim. Meaning together, with, and same. I'm going to go ahead and give you excuse me, I'm going to go ahead and give you an example word, and that is synchronize. Synchronize. And synchronize means to cause to occur at the same time. I'm going to go ahead and use synchronize in a sentence, and I'm going to say they I'm going to go ahead and excuse me, I'm going to go ahead and read that to you. They synchronized their watches to 1300 hours. That is it for now, you guys. Hope to see you next time.